Watches come in many styles, each with its own history, purpose and personality. In this video, we'll explore 6 of the most iconic: dress, divers, field, chronograph, GMT and pilot watches. Each one is more than just a way to tell time. It's a reflection of the culture, technology and needs of the era it was born in. Let's begin. To begin, let's look at the most elegant style of all, the dress watch. A timepiece built on simplicity and sophistication. Dress watches rose in the early 20th century when wristwatches were no longer just military tools but also everyday accessories. Their role was simple: elegance without distraction. Slim profiles, simple dials and leather straps made them perfect for formal clothing. In an era when men wore suits, a dress watch was meant to hide under the cuff and never draw attention. The Cartier Tank and Patek Philippe Calatrava became symbols of this idea. Their importance lies not in the name, but in what they represent: refinement through restraint. Even today, whether luxury or entry level, dress watches are defined by the same principle: understated sophistication. But not all watches were made to blend in. Some had to withstand the harshest environment of all, the ocean. The diver's watch was born in the 1950s when scuba diving and professional underwater work demanded reliable timepieces. Key features arose from necessity: water resistance, luminescence for dark conditions, and a rotating bezel to track dive time. These traits created one of the most enduring designs in watchmaking: robust, practical, and legible. The Rolex Submariner and Omega Seamaster set the template early, and decades later, countless brands still follow it. Even if most wearers never touch the ocean floor, a diver's watch signals adventure, toughness, and readiness. From the depths of the sea, we move to the ground, where the battlefield demanded its own kind of watch. Field watches trace their roots to World War I, when soldiers adapted pocket watches into wristwatches for the trenches. The requirements were simple but critical: durability, accuracy, and instant readability. This created the field watch's unmistakable look: matte dials, bold Arabic numerals, luminous hands, and no unnecessary decoration. It wasn't about luxury, but survival. During World War II, standard issue models like the A11 became known as the watch that won the war, cementing the style as a soldier's tool. Today, the field watch is still appreciated for its honesty. The Hamilton khaki field, for example, is nearly unchanged from its military ancestors. It reminds us that sometimes the simplest designs are the ones that endure. Some watches were built for clarity in the field. Others were made to measure the chaos of speed and time itself. That brings us to the chronograph. The chronograph is one of watchmaking's greatest inventions, originally developed in the 19th century and became indispensable later in the 20th century, particularly in fields such as motorsport, aviation and science, where precise timing was crucial. Its design reflects its purpose: subdials, pushers, and a busier look than time-only watches. The chronograph's golden era was the mid-1900s. The Omega Speedmaster became forever linked to space exploration, while the Hoya Carrera and Rolex Daytona embodied racing's glamour. Yet a chronograph isn't defined by a single brand. It records human achievement on the track, in the air, and even on the moon. It remains one of watchmaking's most practical and romantic complications. While a chronograph measures short moments, the next style helps us stay connected across time zones. The GMT watch is a child of the jet age. In the 1950s, as commercial aviation linked continents, pilots and travellers needed a way to track 2 time zones at once. The solution was a 24-hour hand paired with a rotating bezel. Unlike a diver's bezel, which only turns one way, a GMT bezel rotates both ways, letting you quickly reference home and destination time. The most famous example is the Rolex GMT Master, made for Pan Am pilots, but the Glycine Airman offered a similar solution. What makes the GMT special is how it reflects its era: freedom of movement, the shrinking world, and the excitement of global travel. Today, from luxury models to affordable tool watches, the GMT is a favourite for those who live across borders or dream of it. And that brings us to the style most tied to aviation, the pilot's watch. Pilot watches have perhaps the longest lineage of all. One of the first men's wristwatches, the Cartier Santos of 1904, was made for aviation pioneer Alberto Santos Dumont, so he could check the time hands-free. By World War II, pilot watches were standard issue. German B-Uhr designs were huge, starkly legible, and precise enough for navigation. Every detail had a purpose. Oversized crowns to adjust with gloves, luminous markers for night flying, and uncluttered dials for clarity. While a GMT can be a pilot's tool, the pilot's watch itself emphasizes legibility, oversized crowns, and navigation precision. They overlap in purpose but aren't the same. After the war, the style evolved, but stayed true to its function. Watches like the IWC Big Pilot and Breitling Navitimer brought aviation heritage into civilian life, blending technical function with iconic style. To this day, a pilot's watch carries the aura of exploration, a reminder of the skies, even on the ground. From the quiet refinement of the dress watch to the ruggedness of the diver, the utility of the field, the precision of the chronograph, the worldliness of the GMT, and the boldness of the pilot. Each style tells a story shaped by human needs and history. Together, they form the language of watches, a way of wearing not just time, but tradition. So, which of these styles speaks to you the most? If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. It really helps the channel grow. Hope to see you in the next one.